Okay, so this poem I'm gonna do is called Moment of Impact. So he was doing like jokes and stuff, and I'm not gonna be joking. So it's kind of weird. So it's a moment of impact. Just a little background. Is basically that moment in time where everything's like hitting you at once. Like everything's going well, and then all of a sudden, like life is like you're too happy. You gotta chill. You're too happy. Let's humble you a little bit. So this poem's called Moment of Impact. Hope you guys enjoy it. Moment of impact. When you realize that this thing called life is really an ecstasy, and that along with the ecstasy comes sadness. Sadness when this idea of impermanence becomes reality, that all that's living eventually comes to an end. So I looked up this man named Jason Silva, and he stated that everything dissolves into meaninglessness. So perhaps maybe that's when we're in love, we tend to be a little sad. Because that love hints to something more, a vision of a hidden door, a rabbit hole to jump through, but a temporary one. Our subconscious hits to the fact that we know that nothing really lasts forever. So he rose the question: do we hug our significant others a little tighter and promise never to let go, or do we take the Buddhist creed to detach ourselves from earthly matters? Moment of impact. That moment when you collide with impact with no chance for take-backs. You see, it seems to me that's inevitable, carelessly roaming the fine line of responsibility and accountability. Foolishly tricking yourself into thinking you continue with no disregard, playing it over in the spaces of your mind like everything's fine, like the things you are and were doing will affect time. Thinking to yourself, it couldn't be that you couldn't see what it would have been if you could have been, taking in everything. Analyze the situation, got to the point, maybe communicated, seen it for what it was and not what it could be. That moment of impact. When you realize that things have consequences, people's perceptions are temporary, people's opinions are arbitrary, and in a blink of an eye, you aren't who you were anymore. When people's belief lead into disbelief, when the problems from before don't seem like problems anymore, or that girl who was a world and everything more, turned out to be another whore that walked out the door. Give anything to be filled with the problems of the past and make it last, because in all honesty, this reality is kicking my ass and I can't take it. I'm alone, I'm confused, I've forgotten myself. Give anything to rewind the hands of time just to do it right just one time. That moment of impact when you're laying in bed, staring into the darkness, wondering where it went wrong and how you never saw it coming. That moment when you've collided with your thoughts, the moment you collide with yourself, you become an enemy to your own thoughts and you lose. You have nothing left. That moment of impact making you realize that maybe after all of these years, you may just be human, filled with nothing but regret. Brace yourself, because you never know when you meet that moment of impact. Thank you.